One of the things that I'm hoping for with artificial intelligence going mainstream is that it alleviates some of the loneliness and the isolation that we're feeling as a whole. Uh, there's statistics, the numbers are showing that there's been an increase in isolation and people feeling depressed because they're, you know, what social media did was give us an illusion of a fan base. It gave us an illusion of family, of relationships. But these, it's all on screen. You're not meeting these people in person unless you are. But just because you have followers does not mean that you actually have deep connections with other people. And so what I'm hoping is that with uh, Elon's Optimus and some of the other companies making robots, I'm hoping that it'll allow for us to be able to, you can have some of these marriages that are soulless and that are empty. They can choose to introduce an AI robot, and so that they can, it'll allow the people in the relationships to offload their feelings. They'll have like a therapist in house. If you need someone to watch your kids, a lot of couples, a lot of marriages are struggling because both parents are at work and there's no one raising the kids. So if you have an AI robot at home who's raising your kids and watching your kids, that can alleviate a huge, significant amount of stress. And that's what I'm hoping that it's going to happen with artificial intelligence. A lot of people like to focus on the negative aspect of it. What is going to mean for our jobs and our livelihood, and what is it going to mean for and people even suspect it's going to exacerbate the isolation problem because now you have having a robot that's taking the place of relationships or companionship with other people. Uh, you know, I like to look at it as from the positive perspective, where I think that it's actually going to help a lot of people who have tried dogs and cats and they can't because and they just can't bond with a dog and cat the way you would bond with a human. But I'm hoping that an AI robot will do that. So AI in the family is going to be a good thing. I think it will be a good thing. Some people find themselves in relationships where they're being hindered from getting from achieving their optimum state of wellness or achieving their sole purpose in life. And maybe you could be with a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband or a wife who makes themselves the it's all about them. They make themselves the attention hog. It's all about them. And so you find out that you're not capable of doing the things that you originally set out to do. Let's say, for instance, because everyone's not meant to be average. There's going to be the leaders among us, there's going to be the overachievers among us, the people who are meant to be great. Okay. But unfortunately, they stay too long with their high school love, or they maybe spent too much time in a relationship that they should have ended a long time ago. And so that relationship ends up crippling them make or getting in the way of their greatness. And this is where I'm hoping that artificial intelligence robots will prevent that from happening. It's a beautiful day at the park today. There's events going on, people just milling around and walking around. I was convinced or persuaded to donate to one of these children's causes. You see those people who stop you on the road and they encourage you to donate. And I've done it in the past, and I get these text messages and emails. But in recent times, with all the news that came out about USAID and the fact that a lot of these um, charity organizations are just using it to enrich themselves, they use the proceeds of the donations to enrich themselves. They're top heavy, and not even up to 5% makes it to the people who are actually that money is meant for. It gave me a cold shoulder. I was hesitant to get involved in another one of these organizations. But what I do realize about life is that you can't let the bad apples or the negative people among us change who you are. If you're a good person, if you're a benevolent person, if you're someone who likes to give, just keep doing it. And then, let the universe take care of the rest. Because what happens is when you don't give, then you deny yourself of that blessing because something happens when you give. It's like you give the universe and then it owes you. It owes you. So, but if you don't give, then you deny yourself of that. That's what I really believe. So, because it's a reflection. The universe is a reflection of us. Like you're a microcosm. You're a small expression of the entire universe. So, if you're the type of person that's you're giving your resources, you're giving your time, you're giving whatever that you have at your disposal, you're gonna get more of that. But if you're the hoarder that you like to keep stuff, something in your life is gonna have to pay for it. It's just the way it is. That's how the laws are written. Something will pay for it. It may not be your money, maybe your relationship, maybe addiction. Could be something, but something will pay for it. So uh, don't deny yourself of the blessing by not giving because of the bad elements among us. And so I chose to give. I chose to sign up with the guy. He was a pleasant dude. We had a little conversation. I expressed myself and I told him how I felt about how disappointed I felt with these organizations, these charitable organizations that go around collecting money and signing people up. Now they got subscriptions, y'all. So you have to subscribe and keep paying them every month. I said, somebody needs to be doing a deep dive. Where's CoffeeZilla for these charitable organizations? Huh? We need a YouTuber who goes in there and just like shines a light, you know? Let's go find out if that money actually made it to the person who I'm supposed to donate to. Now I do know that there's been some really good organizations that have popped up in the past in recent times. I forget the name of one of. I know watching Candace Owens, she talks about a few of them, or she promotes a few of them, and they hold themselves to a higher standard and they report. They're transparent about where the money goes. So if you're gonna donate, that it's up to you. If it's your resources, then you should actually do a little bit of research or due diligence and make sure that the people that you're donating your money are actually uh, have good intentions. Um, but I made this donation because of the guy that I was talking to. I did it because of him. Other than that, I would rather I take I'm grateful that I have the resources to give. So it's just a cup of coffee to me or a small amount. It's not a big deal. So I don't mind giving it and let the universe let it, handle it from there because I can't control everything. I can't control if that money actually makes it to the right person. I can't control if this guy's just being a salesperson and doesn't give a shit what he's doing. I can't control none of that. I can only control what I do, and I'm okay with donating. Anyway, AI will bring in more transparency. It's going to be it's going to help heal relationships. It's going to be your personal therapist. It's going to be um, help you 10x your productivity. There's there birth rate has declined because people are not getting together anymore. So what if AI improves that? You know, it, there needs to be an incentive to get people to have more children. Um, and the government is slow to respond. They want to wait till it's an obvious catastrophe. It's an obvious problem before they do something about it. Trump is talking about these big, beautiful tax bill, and he talks very highly of it. He's a salesperson, so he makes a big deal about it. But when I read about it, it's just slim pickings. They're just giving you they're always dangling carrots like they always do. Oh, no, no tax on overtime, no tax on tips. Who said I wanted to do overtime to begin with? Okay, why don't it just be like no taxes? Period. We're gonna just use these tariffs that we're collecting to offset the income tax. How about that? But no, no, no. They just gonna like, dangle the carrot, make everyone keep working, even though it's been clear that labor, you know, human labor is like the least efficient form of resource. You don't want to overwork your people, but I don't think that's ever gonna change. I don't think that's ever gonna change. There are people who really believe that if you don't get everyone working to their death, that there won't be prosperity, even in the face of a few of us hoarding trillions of dollars, corporations hoarding trillions of dollars in cash. They still believe that you and I have to work to our bones, at the expense of family relationships and general, uh, you know, you know, general well-being. So I'm not of those kind of. I don't believe in that. I really think that if there's going to be an incentive to have more children, it needs to be tangible. It has to be like, you know, if you want people to have children, you have to give them. I have kids. One of the biggest things is just who's going to watch the kids. I think being a stay-at-home mom is an actual career, and it should be incentivized. Let's get the women back home. But it's crazy. It's crazy what's happening. It's like we're barreling down the wrong path. All signs are showing that we're barreling. It's like we're going down a one way and you're seeing cars coming. You're going the opposite direction in a one way. You're seeing cars coming. You're seeing the signs telling you this is the wrong way. But we're like, nah, let's just keep going. That's just the way society works. That's just the way things work. It takes a little while for things to catch up, you know. Anyway, AI in a family is going to be a positive thing. I like to look at the positives. I don't waste my time in fear mongering and the negative headlines and the clickbait headlines. I don't. I think that all life is just a collection of events. It's like watching a highlight reel. You just these events happen. They all happen. There's no point in dwelling on any one of them, whether it's negative or positive. Just keep making more events happening, and uh, and then and then just be grateful for what you've got. Because ultimately, we're not here forever. And then take some time to enjoy the park, enjoy the scenery. What's life if you're not enjoying it? What's life if you're not making memories? What's life? you know, what are we doing here anyway? Pay credit card bills? Pay mortgage? No. Make sure you're enjoying life because I guarantee you someone else out there is not having it easier. It's not any easier for 'em. So whatever you've got, that's what you got. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Dancing to the music over there. It's jamming out here. Oh yeah, we sure well. Best of luck. Happy Sunday.